Welcome back to another video for this London Marathon training series. I've just finished a run currently. This video will go into kind of week 3 and week 4 of the training plan. Episode 1 was kind of on week 2, which is the week I started on. And yeah, I'll show you kind of what I got up to in medical school. I'll show you how my ankle's doing because it's still kind of recovering and more. But first, a little bit about St John Ambulance and what they do, because they gave me an opportunity to run this London Marathon alongside their charity team. So they're a charitable organisation that does lots of things regarding healthcare. So they provide first aid training and courses, and they'll train up the general public to deal with unconscious people, perform CPR, which is all very, very useful. They also provide ambulance services in times of need. So they'll work alongside the NHS, who are already kind of undersourced, understaffed, and especially in peak times such as flu season and in COVID, for example, they were helping out providing ambulance services to patients. As well as that, they provide event medical cover, so in big corporate gatherings, weddings, celebrations, football matches, even Wimbledon tennis matches, they'll be there providing first aid in case of need. As well as that, they also have many volunteering aids, and they help out with humanitarian aid as well. So I say all of this because I'm fundraising for them as well. And in the description, there's a link to my Just Giving page. And if any of you would want to, any donation to help out this cause would be amazing. Donations, small or large, would make a great difference. And it goes into things like making sure that they can fund their first aid training, train up new volunteers, keep the ambulance services going, keep event medical cover going. So your donations, small or large, will be much appreciated and help out their cause. So please check that out in the description if that's something you would like to do. Really quick, just going to show you what week 3 and 4 entail. So as you can see there, with week 3 you have a 40-minute run, 50-minute run on Monday and Wednesday. Then in week 4 you have a 40-minute and then a 55-minute run on Monday and Wednesday. And then we'll go to near the end of the week where you have the long run, which is on week 3 on the Saturday. We have the 80-minute run, and then on week 4 we have the 90-minute run. So that's ideally what I should be doing. So now as to how week 3 and week 4 went, I'm going to go into a brief overview of the whole 2 weeks. I'm currently filming on kind of the Thursday of week 4, so I still got one long run left on the Saturday or Sunday that I'm yet to do. But in terms of week 3, that one went pretty badly, to be honest, because I was still recovering from my kind of ankle sort of strain injury. I've just been doing things like ankle stretches and resting it to make sure it can recover, because the worst thing is we don't want it to get worse, and then it means it will affect the training later down the line. I prefer to take the hit now, which is what I did. So I missed out kind of the last 2 runs of week 3 just to rest it up. I did some walking, I did some stretches. I'm going to buy new running shoes as well because my current ones are kind of torn and tattered. And I'll go into what I'm looking for when I buy new running shoes a bit later as well, or when I get them. But yeah, so week 3, unfortunately, I didn't do the last 2 runs. I did the first kind of 40-minute run, and the ankle got a little bit worse again, so I decided to just completely rest it. Then I sort of had a neurology conference, which I went to on the weekend of week 3, which is really, really good. I've got some footage and I'll show you, but yeah, it was an amazing experience. I got to experience lots of workshops going into things like, I did spine fixation, so I drilled a screw into a model of the spine. I did a pituitary tumor resection, which is where you take the tumor out. You go up through the nose and kind of in the bone, it's called the sphenoid bone. There was a tumor there, and we had to kind of take it out with tweezers in this model. And yeah, it was a good insight into neurology and neurosurgery, which is what the conference went into. Alright, just done another one. This was a 40-minute one. The training plan said to do 5-minute walk, 30-minute run, and then 5-minute walk to finish. I just did 35-minute run, and then I walked for 5 minutes. My ankle was kind of hurting, but it's a lot better now, so hopefully we can continue with the plan as usual. Just showing some footage from the neurology conference. It was at UCL East, which is the campus located in Stratford. Our main campus located in sort of Bloomsbury, Euston area, but this is the more modern building that has just recently been built. So yeah, it's really modern, and it was really nice because I've never been there before. So the conference was here. As you can see, a lot of people, 250 people came. We did lots of things like aneurysm clipping, pituitary tumor resection, spine fixation, and we got to meet and network with lots of neurologists and neurosurgeons. And of course, the conference would not have been worth had we not managed to take these B-reels. So here they are. And now we're going to move on to week 4 of the training plan. Okay, I just finished the first run of week 4, so that was 40 minutes, and there was no walking the whole time, so it was just running the whole time. I decided to do this one fasted, so I didn't have any breakfast. This is quite a morning run. And the benefits of doing cardio fasted as well, so I know because your body doesn't have as much stored glycogen, it tends to use fat as a fuel, so it's good at burning fat quicker and more efficiently. I know it helps with increased insulin sensitivity as well, so that also contributes to fat breaking down faster. So yeah, there are lots of benefits of doing cardio fasted. And now it's a Monday, right, so I'm gonna go have a shower and then get into uni to do some work. Okay, I've just finished it was a 55-minute run today, 5-minute walk, 45-minute run, easy, so 60 to 65% pace of your maximum effort. And yeah, then another 5-minute walk, which is what I'm currently doing now. Week 4 so far has gone really well. I've been quite busy in terms of work as well, but I managed to fit around the runs as well as the gym throughout it. So I did the first 2 runs. I just came back from the second run today, got the footage for that. And then yeah, I got one long run on the weekend. The ankle, thankfully, getting a bit better. I think I want to go into how I'm looking after it. So I didn't take this into as much priority as now, but I'm doing ankle specific stretches. So before any run and after any run I would always do stretches, a warm up and then a warm down. And what that essentially entailed for me, it used to be just pretty much calf stretches. So I would stretch my calves out and that's pretty much it. And that always worked. I never had anything else being an issue. But now, because I've had this ankle strain, I've decided to do specific ankle stretches. So what that entails is I get like a belt sometimes and I just stretch and pull the ankle towards me. That's one of them I do. I try and write out my name like by moving the ankle joint. So I write out SAMEER. I do that for 30 seconds. I do that 4 times for 30 seconds. So I just write out letters with my ankles in the air. And then on top of that, I also do some soleus stretches. This is what I'm just sitting on a chair and I just bend the knee and then move my ankle progressively farther back. So it ends up stretching kind of near where the calf is as well. So these 3 stretches, I do them for 30 seconds each and repeat them around 4 times. It's been so helpful. Like the ankle pain has been going down when I do those stretches before and after the runs. And I highly recommend you do these if, you know, just generally even if you're having pain, just do them normally to prevent an injury and strain. I'll keep you updated as to how my ankle is because we don't want it to get worse, especially later down the line. And then yeah, so week 4 has been going overall really good. Today I'm just going to show you a little bit of what I'm doing. So this morning I went on the run. That's the first thing I did. Then I came back and now I'm filming this kind of video here. And then I'm going to go on to campus. So it's around 2 p.m. I'll get to campus for 3. And from 3 to 8, I'm going to be studying on campus. I'll show you a bit of footage of me studying. But that's just locked in grinding because, yeah, I didn't study this morning. So if I can get around 3-4 hours of solid work, that's really good. And I just come home and I'll probably relax or maybe do a bit more work. This is me on my way to the Cruciform Library, which is that red building on the right. And yeah, so I just go in there. This is usually where I study. But unfortunately today there were no seats in that library, so I had to go to somewhere else. The student centre, which I am in now. Okay, about to start the long run of the week. This is the one on the Saturday at the end of the week. I just got a 10-minute walk, 30-minute run, 10-minute walk, 30-minute run, 10-minute walk. So I'm on the 10-minute walk right now, and yeah, I'll keep you updated. We've just finished the 30-minute jog, the first one. Now I have a 10-minute walk, and then back to another 30-minute jog. Yeah, it's going good. Ankle doing all right. A little bit of pain, but I think it'll survive. And then next week anyway, we've got a bit of a chiller week. Every kind of 4 weeks, you schedule in on a resting week where the runs are less duration, a little bit easier to help you recover for the weeks ahead. So yeah, I got a 10-minute walk now. I'll see you when I finished it. that is the last run done. So it was a 30-minute run, 10-minute walk, but I just ran the whole thing for 40 minutes. It felt really good, so that's why I pushed myself. And yeah, I feel like if you can push yourself, just go for it, but just make sure injury prevention is the most important thing. So if you're hurting anywhere, just don't push too hard. But I felt like I could, and luckily the ankle was not much of an issue at all. I'm gonna go home now, do my stretches, get my food. So yeah, very successful week 4, and that is it for the training for week 4. So yeah, that brings me to the end of week 4. I'm feeling quite positive now. I've got my stretches sorted out for my ankle, and hopefully that gets better. I got some new running shoes coming along in the mail, so I'm excited for that. I recommend ASICS, ASICS, for running shoes. Pretty much any running shoe from them is a good shout. I got the Gel Nimbus 26 or 27, something like that. And they're good apparently for long distance and endurance because they have good foam or cushioning or something like that. I want to end this video really quickly by talking about nutrition and hydration, because that's really, really important. And they stress the importance of this in the training day that I went to at St. John Ambulance. So just generally in terms of what you eat before your run, around 2 hours before, you're going to want to have quite a carbolicious meal, a meal containing a lot of carbohydrates. So that's something like porridge, your oats, your breads, your pastas, your starchy foods. That's going to give you energy in the form of glycogen on your run. And straight after the run, you're going to want to have a meal containing carbs and proteins, and that's to help out with your muscle repair. So the protein can be anything from red meat, chicken, nuts as well. So yeah, that's what you eat after the run. And then in terms of what to eat generally, so ideally it's best to have as balanced of a diet as you can. So getting your meat, your protein, your vegetables, fruits 5 a day, water, 2 liters of water every day for your hydration, carbohydrates and fats as well. A good rule of thumb is the more colorful your plate is, that's probably the better kind of diversity of nutrients you're getting as well. Other like more niche nutrients to get are things like iron. You can get that from lean meats or dark poultry, and that's good to stop fatigue. You can get magnesium, that's good, and that helps convert the carbs and fats to energy more efficiently. You can get potassium from bananas, that's to help with your muscles and your nerves. Other things you can get, I think, are vitamin B12, and that's to help metabolization of all the other nutrients. So you can get Vit B12 from meats. Vitamin D is also really helpful. You can get that from sunlight or supplements if you want. And then calcium as well is really good for your bone health. You can get that through yogurt and milk. So those nutrients are really, really good things to target to help you recover quicker and to overall make your performance as best as you can. And then lastly, in terms of the marathon race day kind of nutrition, it's good to have energy gels to replace the sweat and the electrolytes you're releasing from the sweat. So you can get these gels just from Holland & Barrett or just any sportswear shops, and you can just suck on these gels during the run. And ideally you should have the gels every 30 to 45 minutes during your race time. So if you're running for 5 hours, probably around 5 to 6 gels will be what you'll need, and you can carry that in like your backpack or whatever. Other things you can take on race day are things like carbohydrate bars, glucose tablets, or even bananas to give you energy on the way. But I wouldn't recommend eating too much along the way, just because it'll give you issues with digestion, because you're already having the gels and the water as well. They also told me they wouldn't recommend Lucozade Sport that much. They said it's not necessary, even though I took that on my last marathon. I thought it helped. But I guess you can trial and test things on your training plan leading up to the marathon and see what works for you as well. But the rule of thumb is just generally the gels for 30 to 45 minutes. And in the second half of the marathon, you want gels that contain caffeine as well. So they're running gels that also contain caffeine in them. You want to have those in the second half of the marathon. So yeah, I think that is pretty much it. I went into a bit of nutrition because I think that's really, really important. That's what I'm trying to be targeting. But I hope you enjoyed this little update of my marathon training plan. I'm excited for week 5, and yeah, hopefully that all goes well as well. So donate to St. John Ambulance, and I hope you enjoyed the video.